A childless destiny, the twin moons of planet Ulvaria rose slowly in the pink sky. The royal palace, built from silver stone and floating above the clouds, was quiet. Inside, the queen screamed as she gave birth. The room was filled with healers. All silent. The air felt heavy. Then, a baby cried. A girl. She had glowing purple eyes and silver hair. Her skin shimmered like stars. Everyone knew she was special. But the High Seer, an old alien with eyes like ice, stepped forward. He looked into the stars above and spoke with a strange voice. This child will be strong. She will rule many stars. But she will never have a child of her own. Her womb is cursed. Her destiny is lonely. Gasps filled the room. The queen held her baby tightly. The king looked away. They named her Princess Alara. Years passed. Alara grew into a powerful and wise young woman. She trained in star combat, learned alien politics, and spoke many languages of the galaxy. She was respected by all. But she was never happy. Every night, she stood by her window and looked at the stars. She whispered to herself, "Why would the stars bless me with everything, and then take away the one thing I truly want?" She often dreamed of a child, her child, running in a green field, laughing. But when she woke up, her arms were always empty. Her people saw her as perfect, but she felt broken. One day, in the Temple of Time, she was walking alone. Her footsteps echoed in the dark crystal halls. Suddenly, a small relic, shaped like a star, began to glow on the temple wall. The temple had many relics, but this one had never shined before. A voice echoed in her mind. The curse can be broken. The star key has awakened. Alara touched the glowing relic. It floated into her hands. Symbols appeared on its surface. Alien symbols mixed with Earth English letters. One word appeared clearly: human. Alara gasped. A human? On Earth? But how can that break my curse? She had never visited Earth. It was considered a low-tech planet, far from the royal systems. But now, the relic pulsed with energy. Something was calling her. And she had to go. On the other side of the galaxy, on planet Earth, a young man named Liam Carter was fixing a satellite in a small town. He was simple, quiet, kind. He lived alone. No parents, no real friends. But for the past few weeks, he had strange dreams. He saw a woman, tall, glowing, sad. She stood under two moons and whispered his name, Liam. Every time he woke up sweating, confused, he told no one. But deep inside, he felt something was coming. The next morning, while working in his garage, Liam's radio suddenly cracked and glitched that it wasn't broken. A new voice came through. "The stars remember you. Liam Carter. The princess is coming." He dropped his tools. What the hell? Back in space, Alara stood at the launch bay. Her guards tried to stop her. "Princess, Earth is forbidden. It's too dangerous." She smiled sadly. So is living a life with no hope. She entered her starship and flew away, alone. She looked at the glowing relic in her hand. If a human holds the key, I must find him. Hours later, her ship entered Earth's orbit. A solar storm hit suddenly. Lights went out in many cities. Satellites failed. Liam's town lost power. He looked up at the sky and saw a strange, fast light cross above. He whispered, "It's real, isn't it?" In the forest outside town, Ilara's ship landed quietly. She stepped out, wearing a dark cloak. She looked around at the trees, the grass, the air. Earth smelled different. It felt alive. She took a deep breath. Her heart beat faster. She could feel something pulling her. He is near. That evening, Liam walked into the forest. Something was calling him too. He saw a light between the trees, and then he saw her, a woman with silver hair, purple eyes, and stars in her voice. They both stopped. She spoke first. "Liam Carter?" He nodded, shocked. "Yeah, that's me. Who are you? She looked at him closely. I am Alara. I have come across galaxies. For you. The relic in her hand began to glow brighter. Liam's heart pounded. What's happening to me? Far away in the shadows of space, an old enemy watched the scene through a dark screen. A voice whispered, "So ... The curse might break. We cannot allow that." A shadowy figure pressed a button. "Send the hunters. Kill the human." The night was colder than usual. Liam stood face to face with the woman from his dreams. Her eyes bright violet like burning. Galaxies held a strange sadness. Her silver hair glowed faintly under the moonlight. She didn't blink. She didn't breathe heavily. She just stared at him. Like she had waited a lifetime. Liam finally found his voice. "You came here for me?" She gave a small nod. "Yes, you are the human who holds the key." Liam blinked. "What key?" "I'm just a mechanic." She slowly raised her hand. A strange crystal relic floated above her palm, spinning silently. As it spun, symbols appeared mid-air. Some were alien. Others were in English. DNA match confirmed. Star key activated. Liam stepped back. No way. This has to be a dream. She took a step forward. It is not. You are more than you believe. Far above them, hidden in a cloaked ship orbiting Earth, red lights flashed. A bounty hunter watched the meeting through a high-tech screen. He was half machine, half alien, his eyes cold and lifeless. He pressed a button. Target located. Princess is off-world. Engage in mission. Terminate the human. Back on Earth, Alara began to explain. She and Liam walked slowly through the forest, the relic floating between them. "Thousands of years ago," she said softly, "my ancestors created the star key. It holds the power to unlock royal DNA, but only when it finds the right energy. From another bloodline." Liam frowned. "Another bloodline? A human one?" He laughed nervously. "You're saying my blood can fix alien DNA? That's insane." She didn't smile. "Insane, but true." She stopped walking. "I was born cursed. A prophecy said I would never have children. But this relic," she held it up, glowed for the first time in centuries. "When it found you." Liam sat on a log, hands on his head. His whole life felt normal, until now. No parents. No past. And now, no idea who, or what, he really was. As they talked, the wind shifted. Trees rustled without reason. Ilara's eyes narrowed. Something's wrong. She turned around just in time. A flash of red light shot from the trees. Bang. She pulled Liam down as a plasma shot hit a rock nearby. A hunter stepped into view. Tall, armored, faceless. A robotic voice spoke. "Royal fugitive detected. Human target must be eliminated." Ilara's hands glowed with alien energy. "Stay behind me." She blasted blue light toward the attacker, knocking him back. Liam's heart raced. "What the hell is that thing?" "A bounty hunter," she said, preparing another strike. "Sent to kill you. Because you might break the curse." More blasts. Trees caught fire. Smoke filled the forest. Liam suddenly felt something inside him. A heat. A pressure. The relic pulsed in the air, brighter than ever. A beam of light shot from it into Liam's chest. He didn't scream. He didn't feel pain. He felt alive, like a part of him had just woken up. Liam stood, glowing faintly. His hands raised on instinct. He grabbed Ilara's arm and pulled her behind a tree just before another shot hit. Then, without thinking, he jumped toward the hunter, rolling, grabbing a stick, dodging lasers like he'd done this 100 times. Ilara's eyes widened. "You're remembering combat. I don't even know what I'm doing." He shouted, but his body moved like a trained warrior. With one final move, he hit the hunter's power core. Sparks flew. The machine collapsed. The forest went quiet. Ilara looked at Liam in awe. "You just fought like a royal soldier from my planet." That memory, those skills, they were locked inside you. Liam looked at his hands. I've never fought in my life. Why does this feel familiar? She placed a hand on his chest. Because maybe you're not fully human. Liam shook his head. What if I was never normal? She looked into his eyes. What if you were chosen? Before you were even born? Far above, the bounty hunter's ship sent out a final message before exploding. Subject awakened. Star key is active. Royal bloodline breach confirmed. In a dark palace across the galaxy, someone watched the message. A wrinkled alien smiled. So, the curse has a challenger. He pressed a red button. Initiate Phase 2. Bring the princess home, alive or dead. Rain fell quietly over the dark trees. Smoke still drifted from the broken hunter's body. Liam sat on the forest ground, shaking. His hands still glowed faintly from the strange energy. Now fading. Across from him, Princess. Alara stood silently. Her eyes weren't on him. They were watching the sky. She whispered, "That was just a scout. More will come." Liam breathed hard. "They're trying to kill me because of this." "This curse of yours?" Alara shook her head. "Not because of the curse. Because you are the cure." In the shadows of deep space, aboard a black ship shaped like a claw, a group of alien commanders met in silence. A hologram of Liam appeared above the table. One of the commanders spoke. The human's DNA activated the Royal Star Key. This could change everything. Another hissed. The child she bears will not be pure blood Elvarian. It will be ... mixed, half human. Abomination, one whispered. Or evolution, another replied. They all turned to the tallest among them, the High Lord Varric. His eyes were cold. "We do not fear the child. We fear the hope it brings." He raised his hand. "Send the shadow agents, not machines. Send those who kill silently." Back on Earth, Liam and Alara found shelter in an abandoned cabin near the lake. The air was quiet, but tension filled the room. Liam stared at the relic still hovering above the table, its light dim but alive. He finally asked, "Who am I really? Why did I fight like that? Why do I feel like someone else is inside me?" Alara sat across from him. She spoke carefully. "There was a program many years ago. My people tested certain children from distant planets. Human children." Liam looked confused. "You mean I was part of some alien experiment?" She nodded slowly. "You were given memory seeds, battle knowledge, language, even energy control. But it was locked, hidden, until the Star Key woke it." Liam stood, angry now. "So I'm a lab rat? My whole life is a lie?" She stood too, reaching for him. "No, Liam. You were chosen. Your DNA was untouched. Your soul pure. That's why the curse responded to you." He turned away. "I didn't ask for any of this. Outside something moved, not loud. Not bright. Just quiet. Too quiet." A black mist crept through the trees. Shadows with no shape. No sound. Inside the cabin, the candles flickered. Ilara's skin glowed faintly. A sign. She froze. "They're here." Liam looked up. "More hunters?" She shook her head. "Worse, these ones don't miss." The cabin suddenly exploded in darkness. A glass shattered. A whisper passed through the room. "Give us the human." Liam grabbed the relic. Alara stood in front of him, her arms wide. "He is under my protection." The shadows formed into shapes, tall black-eyed beings with no mouths. The shadow agents. One moved fast, too fast. Before Liam could think. It was in front of him, but something strange happened. The relic, now in his hand, flared up. A pulse of light blasted outward. The shadows screamed, their bodies shaking. Liam fell to his knees, dizzy. The shadows retreated, fading like smoke. The danger was over, for now. After silence returned, Alara rushed to Liam's side. "The Star Key is bonding with you faster than I expected." He looked up, sweating. I didn't do anything. It protected me. She placed her hand on his chest. It's not just the relic. It's you. The curse knows. The universe knows. You are no longer just human. Liam laughed bitterly. Great, so now I'm a half-alien energy bomb. She smiled softly. No, Liam, you're the beginning of something new. And that's why they're afraid of you. That night, while Liam slept restlessly, Alara stood at the window of the cabin. She looked at the stars above. Her heart ached. She had spent her life in palaces, war rooms, and science halls. But this small cabin, this broken planet, this human man, felt more like home than anything ever had. Far away, in the halls of the enemy, the shadow agents knelt before High Lord Varric. One of them whispered, "The human cannot be touched. The relic protects him." Varric clenched his fists. Then we don't kill him. He turned to the shadows. We break him. We take her. The dreams were getting louder. Liam stood in a field of light. Everything was white, the sky, the ground, even the air. And in the center stood a man, not alien, not machine. Human. He looked like Liam, only older. The man spoke without moving his lips. You were never alone. You are part of something older than stars. Liam reached out and woke up gasping. Morning light shone through the broken cabin window. Birds chirped softly, like nothing in the universe was wrong. But Liam knew better. He rubbed his face and sat up. Alara was outside, meditating by the lake. Her long hair floated gently in the wind. Her skin glowed like always, like she belonged to the stars, not Earth. And yet, she looked fragile today. Later, inside the cabin, she placed a small silver cube on the table. It floated mid-air, spinning. This is a memory archive, she said quietly. It holds hidden data about you. Liam stared at it. Why would aliens have data about me? Ilara's voice was steady. Because your bloodline didn't begin on Earth. The cube flashed. A hologram appeared, showing a war-torn planet with blue fire and golden skies. Ships crashed. Cities fell. Alara explained. Thousands of years ago, your ancestors were taken from Earth by explorers from my planet. Some humans showed rare DNA patterns, strong, adaptable, untouched by mutation. They were brought to a hidden colony. Liam's mouth opened slightly. Wait, I'm part of some lost group of space humans? She nodded. Double quotes, not just any group. The royal biologists used them to create a key, a way to unlock DNA that had been sealed by ancient curses. She paused. Your blood is not just human, it's pure. It's the original code. Liam sat down hard. So, I was born for this? To fix your curse? Alara looked away. No, you were born free, but fate chose you. He shook his head. What if I don't want this fate? She looked at him then, eyes soft, full of pain. Then I'll protect you, Liam, even if the galaxy burns. That evening, they traveled to a hidden cave marked by ancient runes, guided by the relic's pull. Inside, the walls lit up as Liam entered. Symbols moved. The cave responded to him. At the center was a stone platform. On it, a scroll sealed with royal blood. Alara gasped. The scroll of origins. It still exists. Liam stepped forward. The scroll opened on its own. A voice filled the cave, the voice from his dream. He, who carries the star blood, born of two worlds, shall break the chains of the Barren Queen. Liam turned to Alara. That's you, the Barren Queen. That's the curse. Alara stepped back, trembling. I never told anyone. But the curse was designed, not fate, not prophecy. It was a punishment. Liam frowned. Punishment? For what? She closed her eyes. My mother chose love over duty. She married a non-royal, a common man. My birth was proof of that union. The council cursed her line to end with me. Liam's hands clenched. They punished you for your mother's love? She nodded. They called it purifying the bloodline. But really, they were afraid of change. Suddenly, the cave walls trembled. The scroll shattered into light and vanished. A new symbol burned into the wall, 2 stars crossing, wrapped in vines. Elara whispered, "The bond mark, it means the cure is already working." Liam stepped back, heartbeat racing. "What does that mean? What's happening to you?" She touched her stomach slowly, unsure. "I don't know." Far away, in the palace of the council, Lord Varric crushed a cup in his hand. "The scroll has awakened. The bloodline is activating." An advisor asked, "Do we launch war?" Varric shook his head. "No. A war would make her stronger. We must break her heart." He looked into the shadows. Find someone close to the human. Dig through his earth life. Find his weakness. That night, Liam and Elara sat by the fire in silence. No warships. No hunters. Just the sound of water and wind. Liam finally spoke. "If this curse breaks, and you can have a child." She turned to him slowly. "Would you be afraid?" He looked her in the eyes. "No, but I'd be afraid for them. What kind of galaxy would they be born into?" She smiled softly. "One we protect together." High above them, in the sky hidden by clouds, a small Earth satellite blinked. But it wasn't sending signals to NASA. It was now watching. Liam, and someone human, had just been paid to follow him. The stars were quiet that night. No wars. No alarms. No fire in the sky. Just silence. The kind that comes before something important. Elara stood alone at the edge of a cliff, her silver dress moving with the wind. Below her, Earth slept, lights twinkling like stars. Her eyes were full of emotion. Behind her, Liam stepped forward, holding a small ring, simple, carved from a star medal she had given him. He wasn't a prince, he didn't wear armor, but he looked at her, like she was the only thing left in the universe worth fighting for. She turned, her voice soft. "You know what this means, Liam. If we do this, the entire royal council will call me a traitor." He nodded. "Then let them. We don't need their approval. Just your truth and mine." She smiled. "Then come with me." They traveled through a hidden wormhole, one only the oldest Ilvarian royals knew about, to a moon temple lost to time. The temple floated in space, built from crystal and gravity. No guards, no machines. Just peace. Inside stood a single figure, an ancient being known as the Binder of Stars. She was neither man nor woman, neither alien nor human, but something in between. She spoke without sound. "Do you come here with fear?" Liam stepped forward. "Yes, but I come with love too." The Binder turned to Elara. "Do you come here with guilt?" Elara looked at Liam, then back. "No, only hope." The ceremony began. 2 lights, one blue, one gold, rose from the temple floor and circled their hands. The relic floated once again, glowing bright. As the 2 lights wrapped around Liam and Elara's fingers, a mark formed, a symbol of unity never before seen in the royal archives. 2 halves of a star, fused together, Elara gasped. "The union mark," the Binder spoke. "What has been joined here tonight cannot be undone." But peace never lasts long in a galaxy ruled by fear. Back on Elvaria, High Lord Varric slammed his fist against a table. They performed the ceremony, against royal law. Another council member asked, "Should we erase her from the bloodline?" Varric's voice was calm, too calm. "No, let her break the curse." The others looked shocked. "You're letting it happen?" He smiled coldly. "Yes, because I want the child, not her." On Earth, something inside Elara began to change. At first, it was small. She became warmer. She laughed more. Her energy calmed. Then came the signs, strange pulses from her body. Lights under her skin. Her voice growing deeper with star energy. One night she woke Liam with shaking hands. "Liam, I think I'm pregnant." He sat up, stunned. "Already?" She nodded slowly. "The curse. It's gone." They stood in the doorway together that morning. The sun was rising. But in the distance, clouds began to form, dark ones, swirling with strange energy. Alara touched her stomach. They'll come for us now, for me, for them. Liam held her hand. Then we won't run anymore. Far away, in a dark chamber deep below Alvaria's surface, a secret group prepared a message. A message for all systems, a broadcast, a warning. Suddenly, across hundreds of planets, people saw a new headline. Royal Princess marries human, child rumored. Bloodline broken. Chaos followed. Some cheered, some rioted, and others prepared for war on a small ship heading back to Earth. Alara sat quietly, holding a glowing stone. Liam joined her. Watching the stars outside, he asked softly, "Do you think they'll ever accept us?" She looked at him, eyes strong. "Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day. They'll." See, this wasn't betrayal. It was evolution. Back on Earth, someone watched them through a scope. A mercenary, paid by the Alvarian Council. He spoke into his radio. "Target is back. She's pregnant. Awaiting orders." A voice replied, "Do not shoot. Follow them. Wait until the child forms." He nodded. Then faded into the trees. The first heartbeat came at dawn. It was soft, like the echo of a star being born. Alara felt it before any scanner did, not in her ears, not in her mind, but in her soul. She stood barefoot on the grass behind the cabin, the sky painted in orange and gold. Wind moved slowly around her, bending with her presence. She placed both hands on her belly and closed her eyes. "You are real," she whispered. For the first time in her life, her body was not silent. The curse was broken, but peace was short-lived. Liam stared at the monitor in the small lab Alara had built in the cabin cellar. It showed her vitals, all healthy. But the second screen displayed something impossible. An energy reading, unstable, unpredictable. Too powerful. The unborn child inside her was generating more raw energy than a warship core. Liam backed away, nervous. "This isn't just a baby," he whispered. "It's something new." On the far side of the galaxy, in the Hall of Royal Judgment, the Council stood frozen. A live scan from the temple relics had confirmed it. The child is forming. And it is alive. Lord Varric turned to his shadow agents. "The curse is broken. The experiment is over. Ilvarian purity is ending." He looked to the sky windows. "We must kill the child before it becomes an idea." On Earth, Alara began to change. Her skin glowed brighter now, even when she tried to hide it. Her senses sharpened. She could hear birds before they sang. She could feel storms before they formed. The child inside her was not just growing. It was rewriting her biology. She stood in the mirror, staring at herself. Her reflection blinked after she did. Her eyes had begun to shift colors. Not just violet, but flickers of blue and green, the colors of Liam's eyes. She smiled, but it faded when the mirror cracked from her breath alone. That night, Liam found a signal buried in Earth's satellite feed. Someone was tracking them. He ran to Alara, breathless. "We've been found. They're close." She didn't panic. She stood still, then whispered, "Let them come." In space, a silent black capsule entered Earth's atmosphere. Inside were 3 Alvarian assassins. Not machines. Not bounty hunters. SciLencers. Their job: erase star pregnancies before they reach term. The last time they were sent, a moon vanished. They landed outside the forest at midnight. No sound. No flame. No light. Just death. Inside the cabin, Alara sat calmly as Liam prepared defenses, sensors, shields, barriers. She placed a hand on his shoulder. "You cannot protect me with machines." He looked up, frustrated. "Then how do we stop them?" She leaned close, whispering, "The child can hear them." Liam froze. "Wait, the baby?" She nodded. "He or she is not afraid. I can feel it." I'm not the only one protecting us now. The first assassin entered silently, but the relic in Liam's hand pulsed, and the air twisted. The assassin's body froze in mid-step, like time itself disagreed with his presence. Liam blinked. The assassin was gone, vanished. No body, no sound. Alara opened her eyes. The child erased him. Liam stepped back, afraid. Is this normal? Alara didn't answer, because she didn't know. The second assassin tried a psychic attack. Entered Ilara's mind. He found himself inside a void, a galaxy with no stars. Then a light blinked on. A child's laughter echoed across the dark. A single word followed. Mine. The assassin screamed, and his heart stopped. Back in the real world, Alara sat still. Tears rolled down her cheeks. My child is choosing violence to survive. The final assassin didn't attack. He simply walked into the open and kneeled. This is no longer a mission, he whispered. This is prophecy. He looked at Liam and Alara. I will not kill you. I will serve. And then he vanished in light. Back on Elveria, the council watched in horror. Varric shouted, "We waited too long. The child has already become more than a royal heir." Someone whispered, "It's becoming a god." Varric turned to his generals. "Then we do what gods fear most. We burn their home." Inside the cabin, Liam held Alara close. Her breathing was soft, but steady. He placed his hand on her stomach and felt it again. The heartbeat, but stronger. Faster. Like a drum, like a countdown. The sky was on fire. Above Earth, Elverian warships tore through the atmosphere like falling gods. Clouds turned red. Oceans trembled. The council had made its choice. Destroy the child. Destroy the hope. Destroy Earth. In the cabin, Alara screamed. Not in pain. In power. The baby inside her was no longer waiting. It was awakening. The floor shook beneath her. Walls cracked. Light pulsed from her skin like a second sun. Liam held her hand, eyes wide. His skin burned from the energy, but he didn't let go. You're not alone. We're not alone. Outside, lightning struck trees without sound. Birds froze mid-flight. Time slowed. The relic, forgotten on the table, shattered, but something emerged from it. A pure white flame. It floated in the air between them. The baby's heartbeat synced with it. Then the flame whispered, without sound, "The child is not the end, it is the bridge." High above, in his flagship, Lord Varric watched the earth burn below. He smiled. No bloodline survives fire. But something blinked across his monitors, a signal from Earth. Too strong to block. It spread across star channels, into enemy systems, rogue worlds, and distant colonies. A vision, Liam and Alara standing hand in hand. A glow around them. And in the center, a star-shaped unborn pulse. A voice echoed with it. Not a weapon, not a ruler, a beginning. Back on Earth, the first Elverian bomb fell. It never reached the ground. A soft hum echoed across the planet. And then the bomb stopped mid-air. Held by invisible force. It shattered into dust. All across the sky, weapons failed. Engines died. Missiles turned to light. Alara rose into the air, floating above the cabin ruins. Her belly glowed, not like pain, but like a portal. A starlight gateway. The child inside her was not hiding anymore. It was watching. Down below, Liam heard something move in the forest. Hundreds of people, humans, had come. Ordinary farmers, engineers, teachers. They didn't know what was happening, but they had felt something, like a call from the stars. They had come to protect. They stood in silence, forming a ring around the clearing. No one gave orders. No one ran. They simply stood. And watched. In space. One of the enemy pilots turned off his weapons. His hands shook. He spoke into the calm. "I can feel the child. It sees me. It forgives me." Others began shutting down systems. Even some council members stepped away from the war table, ashamed. But Varric did not move. Suddenly the energy from Earth reached his ship. His control panels melted. His armor cracked. His eyes bled. He fell to his knees. A new voice filled the ship. You cursed my mother. You hunted my father. I do not return your hate, but I will end your time. The ship folded in on itself, not with fire, but with silence. A breath, then. Nothing. Back on Earth, Alara lowered slowly to the ground. The sky cleared. The stars came out again. Liam ran to her, falling to his knees. She opened her eyes. They were glowing but gentle. She smiled. He's coming. That night, the child was born. No screams. No blood. Just light. Pure. Warm. Infinite. They named him Alien, meaning hope between worlds. Years later, a small boy runs through a green field on Earth, laughing under the twin moons. Behind him, humans and aliens work together, building cities not of metal, but of harmony. No empires. No councils. Just unity. Alien stops by a lake and looks at the stars. He smiles because he remembers the fire, he remembers the fear, and he remembers what his mother told him the night he was born. You were not made to conquer. You were made to connect. And far beyond, in a dark corner of space, something ancient stirs. Watching the child who stopped a war without raising a weapon, because hope, once born, can never be destroyed.